This disease itself throughout the world is something that's incurable. Most people die out of in a few months to a year or a few. So even if I have a few years left, these few years can be lifetimes. And I believe with help and support I can make these few years into a lifetime. Hi, I'm Gideon. I'm 27 years old. I was born in Mumbai, right in the heart of Mumbai, in slightly strange beginning. 80 families, so hundreds of people, all living in one big building, no toilets, brown water for years. And yeah, of course, we, like if anyone else would want to get out of the situation, right? Things were sort of difficult, but not impossible. We lived okay in through these years, me and my family. But at 24, I had two brain tumors, which turned out to be two of them. And both turned out to be cancer, not just cancer, but the worst kind of brain cancer, terminal brain cancer called GBM, Glioblastoma Multiforme. So it's a terminal cancer that most people die out of in a few months to a year or a few. This disease itself throughout the world is something that's incurable. As of 2018, there is no cure for GBM. There are only attempts, and the best you can get is a few years and eventually hospice or palliative care, which is also something that will come up in my future, something that's also set up already for me. In the beginning, from 24 on, I was pretty positive about this whole thing. I had a cancer mohawk. I took my chemotherapy by the lake. I enjoyed it. Well, I tried to. And yeah, it was also an enlightening journey. And but as with all cancers, the treatment is as harsh or worse than the disease, and of course from the last 4 years things have gotten pretty difficult. One aspect of this is the mental state, which slowly gets difficult. I'm also incapable of doing a lot of things like I used to. I have a large portion of my brain missing now, and I'm unable to do a lot of things. The trail mix of drugs I take keep me quite exhausted or immobile. I've had about 3 surgeries so far, all in all. Another one is probably going to come up soon. This is sort of the progression of the disease. The tumor keeps coming back very quickly, sometimes in a few weeks to a month. It destroys your brain. The surgery then that follows also destroys your brain. So the last surgery I had destroyed my speech a little bit. I have mild aphasia. I'm blind on the left of each of my eyes, just a bit though. I have some left body control issues. I can't coordinate my body sometimes. These are the sort of effects of both the tumor and the treatment of this kind of cancer. I have yet another tumor right now, which is currently active right now in my brain, probably growing. I have a new experimental therapy called a virus therapy, which is the only chance I have. No other treatment works. I'm now in Germany, and of course we have good standards and great healthcare, but of course everything isn't free and everything isn't simple. So Right now I'm doing a virus therapy, which is not really fully funded by the state insurance. Besides this, yes, the hospital visits and some of the medicines are covered, but there are tons of tiny little things. Even traveling from my home to where my treatment has to take place, and so on and so forth. The chemotherapy costs, and so on. I also grew up in India learning programming since I was 11. Didn't have a computer at home. I started at school and then a cyber cafe, and kept going, and eventually this hobby became a passion became a career, and it kept going and got me out of this job. Now I sort of don't have a job anymore, I can't work, and that also makes things difficult, both mentally and financially. All in all, while I have hope that this therapy it is supposed to give me about 2 to 3 years more, I would really like to make the best of these few years and do the best that I can do. If the therapies, the medicines, and all of this stuff against the cancer works out, I would still like to, in some sense, follow programming and technology, and still probably travel the world and see the world a little bit more, and continue to have like I used to have a positive and open attitude to the world and what is to come. In the few years I've lived, they've seemed like many lifetimes, and so even if I have a few years left, these few years can be lifetimes, and I believe with help and support I can make these few years into a lifetime. So all in all, I'd like to ask for your support, any kind of help, or any kind of and I'd be extremely grateful. Just even now, the fact that you're watching this makes me and my family very happy, and if there's a chance you could help and support in any way, would be really fantastic.